Listen to me closely. The era of paying six figures for a badge is over. For decades, we have been conditioned to believe that if you want the pinnacle of luxury, you go to Germany. You buy a Mercedes GLS, a BMW X7, or a Range Rover. You pay the luxury tax. You deal with the repair bills, and you tell yourself it is worth it for the prestige. Well, I need you to take that belief and throw it out the window. Because what I am about to show you is not just a new car. It is a wake-up call. This is the Aito M9. It is a Chinese luxury SUV that costs half as much as its European rivals. Yet it makes a Maybach feel like it is stuck in the Stone Age. We are talking about a vehicle that is faster than a Porsche Cayenne, quieter than a Rolls-Royce, and smarter than your smartphone. It has technology that literally does not exist in the United States yet. Canada gets this in 2026. And once you see what this thing can do, you will understand why American legacy brands should be absolutely terrified. Let's start with the face of this machine, because this is where the magic begins. The design language is called Kunpeng spreads its wings. It sounds like a martial arts move, but in person, it looks like a spaceship that decided to land in a high-end shopping district. It is sleek. It is aerodynamic. It has a drag coefficient of 0.26. For a box this size, that is physically impossible, yet they did it. But the real party trick is the headlights. These are not just lights. They are the Huawei X-Pixel intelligent projection system. Most cars just illuminate the road. These headlights have millions of pixels that can project images. Imagine this. You are driving at night, and the car projects a crosswalk onto the asphalt to tell a pedestrian it is safe to cross. It projects navigation arrows directly onto the lane so you never miss a turn. It can even carve out a tunnel of darkness around oncoming traffic so you can keep your high beams on without blinding anyone. It is literally painting with light in real time. And here is the feature that will blow your mind. If you are parked at a campsite, these headlights can project a 100-inch movie screen onto a wall or a white sheet. You can hook up a game controller and play Mario Kart using your car's headlights as the projector. Who even thinks of this? Meanwhile, my current daily driver struggles to connect to Bluetooth half the time. Below the headlights, you have these digital panels that can display emojis, battery status, or text messages to other drivers. You can literally have your car smile at people. It is friendly, it is futuristic, and it makes every other car on the road look boring. Now, let's move to the side profile. This thing is a tank. It is over 5.2 meters long. That is bigger than a Tesla Model X, and right up there with the BMW X7. But unlike the Germans, who make their SUVs look like angry bricks, this is fluid. The body lines are clean. The door handles are hidden, and they don't just pop out, they present themselves to you. The windows are all double-layered soundproof glass. But the rear windows have a privacy tint that is way darker than normal. Why? Because the back of this car is not a back seat. It is a VIP lounge. But we will get to that in a minute. First, we need to talk about the power because the numbers are ridiculous. You can get this as a pure EV or an EREV, which stands for Extended Range Electric Vehicle. The pure EV is built on an 800-volt architecture. That means it charges faster than you can order a coffee. We are talking 0 to 80% charge in the time it takes to scroll through TikTok for 15 minutes. It pushes out roughly 530 horsepower from dual motors, launching this 5,000-pound living room from 0 to 60 in just 4.3 seconds. That is faster than a standard Porsche 911 from a few years ago. But the extended range version is the real game changer for the American market. It has a 1.5-liter turbo engine that acts only as a generator. It never drives the wheels. It just sits there, quietly sipping gas, charging the massive battery. The result is a combined range of nearly 900 miles. You could drive from New York to Chicago without stopping. And because it is electric drive only, you get that instant torque snap every single time. No gear shifts, no lag, just pure silent acceleration. Safety-wise, this car is a fortress. They call it the Xuanwu body architecture, named after a mythical Chinese tortoise beast. It is built with nuclear submarine-grade steel and uses massive 9,000-ton die casting for the rear chassis. Translation: the entire back of the car is one solid piece of metal. It is stiffer than a bank vault, and the active safety is running Huawei's ads. 2.0 system. Look at the roof. That bump is a 192-line LiDAR sensor. It can see 250 meters ahead in pitch black darkness. It doesn't just see cars. It sees overturned vehicles, rocks, traffic cones, and even weird stuff like plastic bags. The automatic braking works at up to 75 miles per h-hour. If a kid runs out or a car cuts you off, the M9 stops before your brain even processes the danger. It basically refuses to let you crash. Now, open the door. Welcome to the future. Actually, scratch that. Welcome to the dimension where car manufacturers actually try. The interior makes the Tesla Model X look like a prison cell. It makes a Range Rover feel like it was built in the Victorian era. The first thing that hits you is the screens. Not one, not two, but 3 massive screens spanning the entire width of the dashboard. They call it the One Glass design. It looks like a seamless piece of black crystal stretching from pillar to pillar. You have a 12.3-inch digital cluster for the driver, a massive 15.6-inch center control screen, and then, just to flex on every other car maker, a 16-inch entertainment screen exclusively for the passenger. And listen, this is not that laggy, glitchy software we are used to in legacy automakers. This is running Harmony OS 4. The graphics are butter smooth. We are talking high refresh rate, smartphone-level responsiveness. There is zero lag. You can swipe, pinch, and drag windows from one screen to another instantly. If you have a Huawei phone or any modern Android, the integration is seamless. It is scary how good it is. But wait, look up. Forget the screens for a second. The heads-up display is 75 inches. I repeat, 75 inches projected virtually onto the windshield 8.5 meters ahead of you. It is not just a speedometer. It is full augmented reality. It paints vivid blue arrows directly onto the asphalt of the lane you need to be in. It highlights the car in front of you with a digital box. It highlights pedestrians. It is like playing a video game with a user interface overlaying the real world. You never have to look down. Now, let's talk comfort, because comfortable is an insult to this car. Sit in the passenger seat. This is officially called the Queen seat. It has a motorized leg rest that extends out, a footrest that drops down, and it folds almost completely flat. It is not a car seat. It is a first-class lie-flat pod. But the real magic is in the second row. These are the zero-gravity captain's chairs. You press a single button and the seat tilts back. The knees go up to heart level and you are suspended in a position that NASA designed to reduce stress on the body. You feel weightless. And while you are floating there, the seat is heating you, ventilating you, and massaging your back with a 10-point spa system that actually feels like human hands, not just a vibrating phone. But the next part actually shocked me. I have seen screens in cars before. I haven't seen this. Look at the roof. Above the second row, there is a laser projector mounted on the ceiling. And behind the front seats, a motorized 32-inch cinema screen rolls down from the roof structure. A 32-inch screen in a car. The projector beam is perfectly calibrated so it doesn't hit your head when you move. You can recline in zero gravity, close the electric sunshades, and watch 4K movies. And the sound. It is the Huawei Sound Superior system with 25 speakers and over 2,000 watts of power. It is not just loud, it is surgical. It has speakers built into the headrest for active noise cancellation or privacy mode, so the driver can listen to navigation instructions while the kids blast cartoons in the back without mixing the audio. It is clearer than the Burmester high-end system in a Mercedes Maybach. I am not joking. It literally turns the car into a rolling IMAX theater. Look down at the center console. You see this dial. It is real crystal. It refracts light like a piece of jewelry. Beside it, dual wireless charging pads covered in soft velvet fabric so your phone doesn't scratch. And they are 50-watt fast chargers with built-in cooling fans so your phone doesn't overheat. And underneath the armrest, a fridge. And I don't mean a cooler that blows lukewarm air on a soda can. I mean a legit compressor refrigerator that goes from 0 degrees to 50 degrees Celsius. You can keep your ice cream frozen or your takeout warm in the same box. When was the last time a car respected your leftovers this much? Storage is everywhere, and it is all over-engineered. The glove box doesn't have a handle. It is digital. You set a password to open it. Perfect for valet parking. The door pockets are lined with velvet, so your sunglasses don't rattle. The wood trim is real open-pore walnut. Every surface you touch feels expensive. There is no cheap, scratchy plastic here. It feels like they dissected a Bentley, figured out how to make it better, and then added a supercomputer. Finally, let's talk space. Because usually, these sleek SUVs destroy the third row to look cool. Not here. The floor is completely flat. No transmission tunnel hump. I am 6'1", and I can sit in the third row comfortably. My knees are not in my chest. There are cup holders, USB-C ports, and get this electric adjustment for the backrest in the third row. Who puts power reclining seats in the third row? With all seats up, you still have room for a couple of carry-ons, but fold them down and you have a cavern. The second and third rows fold completely flat to create a double bed. You can activate camp mode, use the projector to watch a movie on the wall, and sleep in the car with the AC running off the massive battery. It is essentially a luxury hotel room that does 0 to 60 in 4 seconds. You could fit a week of Costco regrets in here, no problem. This interior is not just a collection of features. It is a statement. It is a statement that says we are done compromising. It is embarrassing for the competition. And honestly, I don't want to get out. And now, the moment of truth. The price, a BMW X7 or Mercedes GLS with these specs would cost you $120,000, maybe $140,000 easy. The Aito M9 starts around $65,000 US. The fully loaded top-spec Ultra version with the projector headlights, the zero-gravity seats, and the giant battery costs roughly $78,000. That is nearly half the price of its German competitors. The value proposition is ridiculous. And yes, America would riot if this came here. Dealers would be marking this up by $50,000, and it would still sell out. So, here is the real question. Would you pick this with the movie projector, zero-gravity seats, and 900-mile range? Or would you spend $40,000 more for a base model German SUV just for the badge? Be honest with yourself. This car proves that the game has changed. The gap isn't closing, it is gone. The Chinese auto industry isn't just catching up in terms of tech and interior integration. They have already lapped the field. So, what do you think? Is this the future of luxury, or is it just a gadget on wheels? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Smash subscribe, hit like, and buckle up, because next time we are checking out another car that might embarrass the entire industry. Peace.